All right. All right. It looks like we are live. Looks like we've connected to Facebook this time too. So fingers crossed that connection stays strong. We've been having some issues with that for the last few weeks, so I'm super excited that it's connected. Y'all, it is Friday, and I just want to say I am glad that it is Friday. Um, I've had a rough couple of weeks here. Things in life are temporary, and the only problems that I'm having are first world problems. I am super grateful for that. So for those of you that may be new, my name is Nicole Broadhurst. I'm a former healthcare administrator turned independent patient advocate, CEO of Tennessee Health Advocates, and founder of The Circle, where I help independent advocates build profitable and sustainable practices without the chaos of entrepreneurship. But on Fridays, I get to hang out with the most amazing people in my day to day life. I have an amazing network of amazing people doing phenomenal work across the board. And so on Fridays, I like to bring to you my friends and I like to share them with you so that you can get to know them and you can get to know who they are and what they're doing and why they're doing it. So today I have Karen Silber, KTS Advocacy. Hey,
Hello.
Karen.
Hello.
Thank
Hello from
you so
Cincinnati.
much. Woohoo! Cincinnati
Woo-hoo.
in the house.
Go
Love
Bengals.
it. Bengals had a big win this week.
Yes, we
That's
did.
awesome. I love it. That's
Thanks for having
fantastic.
me. I love knowing
You're
you.
so welcome. I love knowing you too. I'm telling you, the coolest people. Hey, Joanne. Glad you joined us today. So Karen and I have been hanging out. Before we went live, we started talking a little bit about we've been hanging out quite a bit
Yeah.
and getting to
Yeah.
know each other. And I have just been so impressed with the work that Karen's doing in the
Mhm.
Cincinnati area and the people that she's helping that I wanted to make sure that we brought her on so that you all could get to know her too. So I am not going to get in the way. I love Karen and I love hearing from her. So, Karen, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you and how you got to be where you are and what you're doing there at KTS Advocacy.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Again, thanks for having me. This is just fun. This is a nice way to end up the week, right? So yes, Karen Silber, KTS Advocacy. I am an independent healthcare advocate. March will be 2 years. And I just have to say it's the greatest job ever. It doesn't feel like a job. I just
Right.
love helping the numerous people that are knocking on my door, and it's kind of all over the map. As a healthcare advocate, you know that there's so many people struggling with the healthcare system, and it looks different for everyone.
Right.
My background is in social work. I have a master's in social work and have worked in the hospital setting for years and years and years. So, a lot of clinical social work background, did a little bit of nursing home, a little bit of home care, and also did 13 years with an insurance company working with a lot of health and wellness issues. And then care management allowed me to learn a lot about the real bits and pieces of insurance, meaning like utilization management and case management,
Mm,
you know,
all the
denials,
fun things.
denials, um, and so on and so on. You all know what that means. Uh,
Yes.
and I just bundled all that up together and decided I wanted to do this on a daily basis with being an advocate for people in need. And
I
I
love
really think
it.
I'm filling a gap in our community. And not only do I help people here, I also help people across the country.
Love it. So I love that, I think the pandemic really taught us how to take our skill set and execute across the miles, like in ways that we didn't really
Yeah.
know we could do until that happened. At least that's how it happened for me. I was very, very local. And
Hmm.
then when the pandemic hit, all of a sudden it was required of me to pivot into a different kind of world, like most of us were, right?
Yeah.
And I too was able to realize, oh, I can help people anywhere.
Yeah. It's so fun. It's so
It
fun to
is.
have someone from a whole nother state call you
Right?
and say they want you to help them. And there's
Yeah.
really not too many limits in doing
Right.
that. So,
So can I ask you, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think you have a uh-oh.
bless you.
Ew. Pardon me. Oh no. Ew. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's two. There's another one coming, I'm sure. But anyway, if I'm not mistaken, you have a very personal connection to the healthcare industry, that kind of you I'm thinking, and I'm guessing, correct me if I'm wrong, but kind of
Right,
share us a little bit about that with
right.
us so that we know a little bit more about you as a person.
Yes, thanks for mentioning that. So, besides being an advocate for my mother and my father and my brother, and guess why? Because I'm the girl in the family. I'm the daughter. So, and I'm
Right.
the pseudo nurse. I was the pseudo nurse because I was a social worker. So, I was the one that they looked to, and I was happy to help them through all of those struggles. But not only did I dealt with issues with my family, but for me personally, I have a rare health condition called Chiari. And for those who are not familiar with it, it's spelled Chiari, Chiari malformation. And it
Yeah.
didn't become an issue for me until like 2014, but it is a genetic condition. So thank God it waited till later. But
Right.
um, for me, that was a very debilitating time in my life that I
Mhm.
could have really used an advocate to help me go through that journey. Um, so it was tough, and but I made it on the other side and had surgery at the Cleveland Clinic. I'll give them some props because it's an amazing, amazing place. And
Yes.
I that my I would love to be able to help those who are struggling with that condition as well. So I'll just put that out there and say that since I
Nice.
know
I think
quite a bit
that
about.
yeah. Right, and it seems like to me, it's so interesting because I actually have a friend whose daughter has Chiari malformation and has also had surgery, and it was, it was a situation where anyway, my understanding is that this is a malformation that can stay very quiet and not right for, and that's your experience, but then
Right.
when it kind of rears its head, it
It's
is
bad news.
can it be challenging to get a
It
diagnosis? And
yes. Yes, it can because I went through all these tests because they thought it had something to do with my hearing, and because I had headaches, and then I had ringing in my ears, and then the worst part of all was the vertigo. It wasn't dizziness, but it was vertigo. And
uh,
so they really thought it had something to do with my ears. And so once we went through
yeah,
all those tests and they were all negative, an MRI is really required to discover it. And then the
nice.
the the path of treatment is different for everyone. So for
Yes.
me, I just chose surgery, and the surgery is no joke. It requires a good 8 months afterwards, and maybe for others it takes longer to recover, to you to really feel like yourself. And it's scary as hell. I'll just tell you, it was the
Yeah.
scariest thing because
Yeah.
your brain is being operated on, and I guess
Mhm.
I'll just say this is a compression on your so your cerebral tonsils are slumped into your spinal column, and there's a compression on everything which causes all these symptoms. So they have to go in and operate on your brain to help you get on the other side of those symptoms.
Right.
So it's no fun,
It
but I'm
is. Yeah.
super blessed to be where I am now and to have my own business and be able to talk to others about my experience and try to help support them.
Yeah, that's amazing. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah.
One of the things that I find in advocacy is that it really requires quite an intimate relationship between us as advocates and our clients, right? Whether it's a medical condition or testing or diagnosing or a financial situation, both of which are very emotional and very um, intimate. And
Yeah.
so I appreciate you sharing that because I feel like one of the things that we're charged with as independent health advocates is this development of relationship with our clients and our potential clients and creating a safe
Good.
environment, right? Where we can be intimate and it's a safe place for our clients to do that. So I love that you step into that
Yeah. And
relationship. Yeah.
I'm glad that you said that, because don't you think that the people that come to us, they have to be very vulnerable to
Yes.
share their personal, intimate
Yes.
situation. And
Absolutely.
I tell them, I'm so fortunate and blessed that you've chosen me to be
Yes.
vulnerable with. And
Right.
that's that takes a real, that person is ready for help when they can be that
That's
way,
right.
with us. They are ready for someone to step in and guide
Yes.
them.
Yeah, because it's a scary situation, right? And you're right, it's vulnerable.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah,
vulnerability.
yeah.
And it's a place where it is an honor.
It's an
I mean,
honor.
I tell my
Yes,
clients that
yes.
frequently, that it's an honor to be invited into that relationship
Mhm,
and to be a part of that team and be trusted in that
mm,
way. You know, because that's so, yes, I love that we got to talk about that today. That's an
yeah,
aspect of advocacy
yeah,
I don't think we talk about enough,
I agreed. Yeah,
and let people hear us say,
mhm,
we know, right? As advocates,
mhm,
we know we are
yeah,
professionals and we understand that this is a vulnerable place.
mhm,
It is a scary place. And we know that it's our responsibility to create a safe environment so that you can get the help that you need. Speaking of which, I really want to know a little bit more about your client base. Like, who does knock on your door? What are some of the cases that you've had the most this is going to sound strange, but with like which ones are you most enjoying? Like who are
mhm.
the people that you have the most fun helping, I guess.
One of our other colleagues said the other day, Karen, I don't see you turn anyone down. I don't see you turn anyone away. And it's really pretty rare that I do that, because I feel like I have such a skill set that I can take people in and really work with them in different ways. So I have children who hire me for their parents,
Mhm.
and that is amazing to me as well, that they can call me from California and they want to hire me to help them with their parent who lives here, or their sister who lives here. And that to me is just cool when that happens.
Yeah.
I have many people contacting me, which is why you and I, Nicole, have become
Yeah.
closer, um, that are needing help with all these medical bills that they have, and young and old, actually. I have several younger clients who doesn't have insurance or didn't have insurance at the time when something
Mhm.
happened and they went into the hospital, and now they're stuck, with all these medical bills. It's gone
Right.
over to collections because they, just really wasn't sure what to do, and it didn't go away, unfortunately, and it was still there, and so they need my help kind of digging out of that. And you've really helped guide me with some of those people, because they're complicated. They are. This is Some of these are very complicated. You know which ones I'm talking about.
We do.
Um,
We do. Yeah,
I'll,
there's
I'll just
yeah.
say a high level for this recording is, these air flights are quite expensive, and how I ended up with not just one but two clients who have these air flight bills um, that are gigantic.
Yeah. Okay. Air
So
ambulance. For those out there that like air ambulance bills, if you get those, I'm almost off the top of my head. I just want to say, expect to need help with that
yes,
because
agreed.
they are, that's probably a whole series of conversations that we
It is that. Yes,
but if you
just
know
for another
somebody
day.
that gets one, yeah. But if you know somebody that gets an air ambulance bill or you get one, I'm gonna say right away, do not sit on it, do not wait, get some help.
That's right.
Reach out, get some
Yes,
help.
and be
Yeah.
patient with it because we know it's going to take time
Yes.
to
Yes.
settle the situation. So yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll add, besides individuals, I'm here locally marketing myself to employers. And because
Oh,
I feel
nice.
very strongly that having a healthcare advocate in the workplace as part of an
Mhm.
employee benefit package is needed. So,
Absolutely.
you know, we just talked about all this medical billing and insurance and all of that yuck. You've got employees going to work and having all that to fuss with, and they need support. And I'm sure they're going to HR and they're saying, "Help me! What can I do?" And we're
Right.
here. We're experienced, and we can take that off of their plate and just take it over and work that and try to get them in a better spot.
That's really interesting, Karen. Do you happen to know? I have not looked, but I cannot help but agree. Having been a family member in a situation where I was, advocating for
Mhm.
my family, and understanding that that meant sitting at my desk and making phone calls. On on my lunch hour, as
Yeah,
well as
yeah,
sometimes it infringed on my productivity.
exactly.
I would be super interested to know, are there any type of productivity studies out there that say, you know, employee productivity is decreased when there's a family? That might be some information that we should look at getting our hands on. Um,
Yes,
'Cause
I
I
will
can't
tell you there
imagine
is.
it's not.
I will tell you there is, and I don't have that in my fingertips
Okay.
um, today, but I recently did one of these kind of podcasts for our local Northern Kentucky chamber, and I had some
Nice.
stats that I spoke about with them. So,
That would be
and they're significant.
great.
They're significant, and
Yeah.
not only is the issue with the medical bills a problem, there's also an issue with caregiving responsibilities because
Yes.
our baby boomers are just it's just growing. I think the stat is like 10,000 per day that people are aged
Oh,
or
man.
65 become 65 years old. That
Oh,
that's
yeah.
that's just tremendous. So people are
It
coming to work
is.
having to deal with caregiving responsibilities too. And why not farm that out to someone like
Right.
me and anyone else that has the skills to take all of that off their plate and even attend doctor's appointments with their mother or father, so they don't have to leave work to do that. And that's it's really going to help retention in the
Yeah,
workplace. I could talk about this
it
topic
really
for
will. I know, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that, within the world of patient advocacy, we all have this belief fundamentally that every patient needs one. you
Yes,
know
completely.
and so it definitely is a place of passion for all of us. And I'm going to ask you, is there a favorite success story that you have that you would like to share with us today?
Favorite success story. Um, I have a couple. Um, I would say it's amazing to me how getting a doctor's appointment in a timely fashion is difficult for anyone. And I have had a couple people hire me just to get in to see a specialist. And
Wow.
sometimes just making a phone call for them and saying who you are and letting them know the significance behind getting that person in. It really I had a younger woman who was just suffering on a daily basis, and she really reminded me of myself when I was dealing with my Chiari and all the symptoms I had,
Mhm.
and you just wanted it to go away. And
Right.
when you called a specialist and they said it was going to take 3 months, it's just your hope is just
So
dashed.
defeating.
And I was able to get her in to see a surgeon pretty rapidly. And she had her surgery, and she is just a different woman.
Wow.
And it just filled my heart with joy, I have to
Wow.
say. It just felt so good. And that's exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing. I just have such a passion for
Amazing.
helping people.
I love it. Karen, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. One final question, and I think it's pretty simple, is anyone who's watching either live or recorded, if they want to connect with you, what's the best way for them to do that?
Have a website,
Uh,
KTSadvocacy.com. You certainly can connect with me through there. Um,
Perfect.
Call 859-363-5981 or shoot me an email at Karen at KTSadvocacy.com. And I
There
would
you
love
go.
to have a consultation with you and let you know how I can make your day better.
Wonderful. I love it. Thank you so much for showing
Thank
up every
you.
day
This
to
is
do what you
great.
do.
Thanks for having
I
me.
love it. I love you. And go have a great weekend. We'll be back here next Friday, and I don't even know who's scheduled, but it'll be another great member of my network to join us and to share more information. In the meantime, connect with Karen and learn more about what she's doing, either the website, the phone number, or the email. And Karen, have a great weekend. We'll see you
You as
later.
well. Bye.
All right. Bye bye.